Hey guys, tonight we're going to get started on our Immigration, Urbanization, and Progressivism unit. So the first thing we're looking at is a poem written in 1883 by Emma Lazarus, and it has a picture of the Statue of Liberty, and her poem reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these the homeless tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." So it's supposed to be kind of a poem coming from the view of the Statue of Liberty, welcoming in all of these immigrants. Now, most of these immigrants were coming to the United States because just how we had talked about during, the beginnings of the United States, people were trying to get away from religious and political persecution. And, a lot of Europeans, especially the Irish, are facing some economic downturn. There was the potato famine in Ireland. So they think that if they come to the United States, they're going to get this glory and they're going to get rich, and that they're going to be able to finally provide for their family, and that, their beliefs are going to be accepted because there's been this idea of these opening arms to them, and, seeing like, the booming United States, this new country that's just growing, and it's so successful at this point. So a lot of immigrants are coming here, and, when you hear this poem that's written, it sheds this light, almost like the immigrants, they feel like they can start a new life for themselves. So that's kind of what this poem's about, and, it gives you a little introduction as to why there was such an influx of immigrants: religious, political persecution, and economic opportunities. Hey guys, so we are now looking at a map of the world, and I wanted to show you where the ports were for where the immigrants came in and what countries they came from. So we're going to start with Ellis Island, which is located in New York Harbor. Sorry, I basically, drew the entire northeast of the United States. And then Ellis Island, which is over in San Francisco Harbor. So immigrants coming into Ellis Island are going to be coming over from Western Europe. Primarily, you're going to have a lot of English, you're going to have a lot of Irish, a lot of Germans, and they're all going to be coming over into Ellis Island. Now, the reason why there was a port on the western coast of the United States was because people were coming from Asia. So these people are coming over this way across the Pacific. Now, they were coming that way because this would be quite the journey for them to take. And remember, back then, no airplanes, so they're all taking boats, and these were very crowded boats, and it was unsanitary conditions, so the shortest distance that you could go was ideal. Alright guys, so this is an awesome website I found that shows immigration and the different areas and different ethnicities in different areas and how much they grew over basically, over 120 years. So our unit kind of starts in 1871, but we're looking from 1880 on this map. And what's really cool is that down here you can see the different ethnicities. So we have Western Europe is all of the purple, the orange is Asia, and, well, if you run your mouse over the map, you can see like different counties. So we can even go up here to Loudoun County. Pretty awesome. Foreign born 163 people in 1880, total population of 23,000. So not that many, immigrants in that area yet. So we move through this, and you can already see that there is an influx into some of the western states up in the northeast. And what's cool about this map is that, we can look at, let's see, Chinese immigrants. And as we talked before, most of them are coming over in San Francisco Harbor. So they're going to be coming over on the west coast. You can see there's just, small populations over here in New York City, big populations in California. And as time goes on, different areas down here in Hawaii you can look at. Tomorrow I will give you guys this website so that you can explore maybe some of your own heritage and, different areas that grew. Let's go back to all countries and let's look at Loudoun County and see how it grows. Still Western Europe, but let's go over and scan this over here. All right. Wow, so the immigrant population actually went down to 111 foreign born in 1920. It's very interesting. I don't know if a lot of you guys go, around the area that much, but there are a lot of German settlements around us. Out by my house in Charlestown, there is a place that was settled by a lot of German immigrants, and there's actually a hotel there that kind of honors it called the Bavarian Inn. You guys should really check it out. You should get in touch with your heritage in the area. See, you can see how going out into Jefferson and Berkeley County, you have more Western Europeans. This is kind of out where I live, so you can see a lot of, Germans came in here, Irishmen. Massachusetts, they're going to have a huge influx of Irish immigrants. Boston, think about the Boston, they're your priests, they're your policemen, and they reign that all, they connect it to their Irish heritage. So this is a YouTube video. It's actually a song, Coming to America by Neil Diamond, and the pictures were set to it. I'll probably be, playing this song every day during this unit in our class, so get used to it, start to love it. Love Neil. Alright, so here are some pictures. I actually just want to back up a little bit because this is a picture of Ellis Island and what it looked like back in the early 1900s. So immigrants, they came in, they saw this. This is a boat of immigrants coming in. You can see all their luggage, everyone waiting up on the decks to come in. And when immigrants had to come in, they had to go through some tests and screenings whenever they made it to Ellis Island or Angel Island. They had to make sure that the immigrants were disease-free, so they check them for like lice and, check their teeth and make sure that they could physically lift stuff and, which we're going to be doing an activity later in the unit where you guys are kind of going to go through a whole screening process. Here's the lady going through it, checking for lice in her eyelashes and eyebrows. So they had to be disease-free, able to work, so, make sure that you don't have a broken arm or a broken leg or you're not terminally ill. And you had to have some money with you. They didn't want people coming into the country without any money because you need to find a place to live, you need to find a job, you need to, be able to support yourself in some way. So they want to make sure people were coming here with just a little bit of money. Most people you can see have one suitcase. So that, you guys can't bring all of your stuff with you. Ignore the airplane picture, it's just part of the song. You can see all these different immigrants from different parts of the world. But again, like I was just saying, you didn't bring much. They brought one suitcase, maybe one little bag of everything that they loved and possessed with them. Maybe just 2 changes of clothes. There's one man with his one suitcase. During this time period between 1871 and 1921, the United States saw 20 million immigrants come over, which is just incredible if you think about how our population, between the 1700s and 1600s when the United States was so, unpopulated and new. It was just a fresh country, and then this whole thing happens where 20 million people come over, mostly from Italy, Ireland, England, Poland, Russia, China, Japan. Most of the jobs these people were working were in steel mills, which we'll be talking about a lot of the big cities that grew from this boom. Coal mines, railroads, meat packing, and the textile industry was very big for women. So sewing and creating clothes. There's your little picture of the United States. Fun fact about the United States is that our government actually didn't want to accept this as a gift from the French. It is a gift from the French. They decided to give it to us. And our government was like, we don't really want it. We don't want to pay for it. And the guy was like, no, I'm going to build this for you for free. I want to give this to you guys as a gift. So eventually our government said, okay, if you want to give it to us as a gift, sure, we'll take it. And then it became this staple for our country, and it was the first thing that immigrants saw when they were coming to Ellis Island, and it was just this incredible, feature for our country. The 2 ports, Ellis Island and Angel Island, were gateways into America, and they were entrance points where they had to do their qualification and physical exams. And eventually, which we'll get into tomorrow, people started having to pass citizenship tests to get into our country because there were so many immigrants. So tomorrow in class, we are going to do an immigration test, and we're going to see how you guys do. It's not going to be an actual test. You're not going to be graded, but it is going to be a little bit of a competition, so I hope you're ready for it. For homework, what I really want you to do is write me a paragraph coming from the perspective of, an immigrant, and how you think they would feel coming into this country, not knowing the language, not having a lot of money, not having a job, not knowing where their future is going to be. Try to put yourself in their shoes and give me a paragraph about what would be the scariest part of it. What do you think would be the first thing you would need to do? And how do you think you would feel? For those of you who actually did immigrate to this country, please tell me how you felt about coming into this country. Did you know the language? Did you not know the language? What was the first thing you had to do when you got here? And just tell me about your experience. So for those of you who haven't immigrated here, please kind of try to put yourself in the shoes of an immigrant and how you would feel coming to our country. And those of you who have immigrated here, tell me about it. Just a paragraph or two, depending on how much you want to write. That's pretty much it, guys. This is our little introduction, and tomorrow we'll get into the citizenship test, and I'll collect your papers first thing when you come into class, and I will see you then. Bye. I just want to do a little correction. I said that the United States was a gift from the French, and that is completely false. I meant the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, not the United States. Want to apologize. My bad. All right. Good night, guys.